You know what? Rise and shine up and at 'em. It's an amazing new day. So happy to be here with you. My name is Collette Ramsey, and you are now powder of coffee in conversation. I'm doing my little proverbial curtsy thing here, you know. Haha. So happy to be here. In all things, I'm just happy just to see you and that you are seeing me or that you are hearing me. And whether you are tuned in to TV33, WHPR.com, or just TV33, or Roku, or Comcast 9091, just however you are tuned in this morning, good morning and thank you. Pray that you're having an amazing day if you are out and up and at 'em or preparing for an amazing day as we engage in our Thursday together. You know, it's Hot Topic Thursday. It's a lot of stuff happening. I just can't wait to throw some things out there to you and then to get the feedback. You know, that's what we do. That's what happens in a conversation. And then we know that there's more than one way to have a conversation. And that's what we do every morning on Thursday morning on Coffee and Conversation. So excited to have an amazing studio guest. She was with us last year, and we are now entering into the second year of, drumroll, Senior Days on Belle Isle. Senior Power Days on Belle Isle Park. I know that you're excited. You know, a lot of people didn't think it would happen. A lot of people didn't think that there was a person or entity that really cared about our senior community. If we're all blessed to live, we're going to become seniors. We pray that we are, and that there's someone in the building that has created a program just for our senior community. So she's going to be in shortly just to share in what is happening and what is exciting. And then I'm just going to pick her brain about a couple of things. We were talking about Miss USA 2019, and wait till she gets on the mic. She's going to have a different perspective for you. I always want to say good morning to our station owner, Mr. R.J. Watkins. Good morning to you, sir, and Mr. Henry Tyler, and the wonderful team here at TV33. As I always say, the team work makes the dream work. It's about team. So as we embark upon the conversation, what do we always say? We work to educate, enlighten, and empower you. That's part of the teamwork. That's our dream dynamic. And that's my prayer for you for today. So I'm going to throw out some topics for you. Of course, you're going to get ready to call in. Let me just give you the call-in numbers. I know that you know them, but I'm going to give them to you again. 313-868-0342. Or 313-868-0351, or 313-868-4336. And either of those numbers that you just dial on in, a caller I see, so hold on, everyone, hold on, because I'm going to get to you. Today I'm getting to you. I apologize. Last week we ended up in time and the hotline was blinging and I couldn't get you in, but today I got you. I got you. How's that? I don't want you to think that your voice is not important, as it is, and I'm going to get you today. I'm going to throw out a couple topics for you. First, I'm going to give some quotes. Throughout this time together, I'm going to give you some quotes because I want you to know that our quotes for today are coming from our international icon, Muhammad Ali. And I just, you know, that's part of the hot topic today, that Muhammad Ali and his transition from this physical life is now, we're preparing for his services tomorrow, an international icon. And he's an international icon because he spoke up. And he was a new face for, I believe, who African Americans weren't perceived to be in this world. And are you shocked that in the midst of having the conversations about Black Lives Matter, and do Black lives really matter? I mean, to Black people, to brown people, to tan people, to anyone, as we have seen what has happened throughout this nation with Black and brown people. But that we all, in a collective voice, have acknowledged this man and his contributions internationally as an icon. Is there a balance to you there? Do you really realize what that looks like? That this man is an international icon, and we're still having conversations about do Black Lives Matter because of death, atrocities, what that looks like in poor communities, education system. I want you to think about that. But I'm going to start off with one of his famous quotes. Well, I don't know if you really realize that this was him, but I'm going to give it to you. He who is not courageous enough to take risk will accomplish nothing in life. Now, coming off of last week, we talked about freedom. Had the, and I love all of you all in the conversations that we have, but 6'4", you resonated with me last week. He said that, if you believed that you were free, you wouldn't even talk about slavery. You do get that concept? So, unless I have a slave mindset, then why is freedom a conversation for me? Ah, and that just stuck with me. I'm like, oh my goodness. So is that something that I just bought into, of just having the conversation of, are we really free? What does freedom look like for us? A lot of you had comments on that last week. Definitely want you to call in if you want to continue that as well. But of course, that is, he who is not courageous enough to take risk will accomplish nothing in life. Does that speak to you? Does that resonate with you right now? So I'm going to throw out some topics before we go to break and then bring our guest in. That is the founder and spokesperson for Senior Power Days on Belle Isle Park, Miss Stephanie Downson. She'll be here momentarily. But I want to talk about, of course, Senior Power Days, the legacy of Muhammad Ali as our international icon. I want to talk about the legacy of Mark Stepp, UAW leader who transitioned this week, African-American man, monumentous accomplishments for the UAW and just for everyone. I want to talk about Miss USA 2016, Deshauna Barber. Does anyone care anymore that Miss USA is African American? Are you shocked? Have you noticed, or do you believe that there is a difference in how Miss America or Miss USA used to look? How the perception of what is beautiful for black women, light skin, lighter skin, green eyes. I'm speaking of Vanessa Williams, and what that beauty icon looked like. And now we have Deshauna Barber, and she's beautiful, beautiful in her own right, as well as we all are individually. But what does that look like when America deems you beautiful? And so this woman again, Miss USA 2016, Black Lives Matter, Do Our Lives Matter, the image of who we believe we want to be, but we have everything else that's going on with us. But now she represents Miss USA. We had our own Muhammad Ali, who's an international icon world over, but Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, what is happening with poor and disadvantaged people of color in our communities, in our education system, water system, housing system, employment situations. Are you all thinking about that? I want you to think about it. I want to hear back from you. And then I want to talk about the presidential update. Do you really care? Do you care? Is it important? I actually believe that the presidential conversation really was a upstage to the Miss USA. I mean, every time it seems like I turn on the news, that's all I hear. What's happening on the Democratic side? What's happening on the Republican side? What's happening with the burn? That's all we're talking about. Do you care? Is it important to you as a hot topic? And then I want us to delve into National Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder Awareness Day. Did you know that there's a National Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder Day, Awareness Day? It's going to be June 27th of this month. And just talk about what that looks like. Our own newly crowned Miss USA had a conversation about post-traumatic stress. And then as urban residents, are we dealing with post-traumatic stress every day? Is it a way of life? And is that the direct segment into what it looks like for violence in our communities? Specifically in the metropolitan Detroit area, there has been I don't know, it seems like it's an outburst of youth violence, atrocities against young people. We had a young man who was I was going to say, was he taken? I mean, was he, we had the incident with the picking up the money, and then he was strangled and killed. I believe he was 13, right? Then we had an atrocity a day or so ago with two young men. It is alleged that there was a altercation, and the 13-year-old killed the 14-year-old. We had a situation where there are men that are a little older than that who were killed in what people believe was an aftermath of some community disengagement or wrongful engagement and death. Do we have a problem? Are we numb to that? Is that the trauma that we've lived in? I mean, I'm just throwing the topics out there for you. And then last, before we go to break, I'm going to talk about immigration. I know everyone's talking about immigration, and you know who he is. He's talking about this wall. Well, guess what? Did you all know that in Palermo, Italy, that they receive 2 to 3,000 immigrants per week? Did you know that? And they consider themselves a welcoming city to support freedoms for human beings. So, is that a way that we should look at things? If they're welcoming, and those are the immigrants that are coming in from northern Africa, okay? So if they're welcoming, I'll do the low end, 2,000 a week, okay? So that's 8,000 a month, okay? That's 96,000 a year. New residents into a community that clearly does not look like the original indigenous people, if you will, to Italy. And they're totally okay with it. Well, let me just say, not everyone. But the mayor is saying he's just fine because we should be dealing with human beings and the issue of livelihood and opportunity. Do you think that's what we should do here? Are we just really putting too much into this whole wall thing and this separatist thing? I mean, the truth is, there are walls, invisible walls, that we have in our own minds that prohibit us in these United States from going to certain places. Haven't you heard people say that they can't go to downtown Detroit? They don't want me down there. Well, no. Do you even think that you could go down there? There are no walls built, but do you have a wall in your mind? Think about it. Those are the topics I'm giving to you today. It's an open kind of Thursday. I just want us to kind of talk. It's important. Sometimes you don't have to have a direct way to go, but I promise you, we're going to get there while we're learning the lessons. The road is winding, but we're going to learn great lessons on today. So I'm going to take a break. When we come back, I'm going to have Stephanie Donaldson discussing Senior Power Days on Belle Isle Park. We'll be right back.
WHPR TV is now on demand. Catch us when you want, how you want, where you want. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Watch your favorite TV shows on demand. And be sure to download the WHPR app. We're now on demand at your demand. WHPR TV Detroit on demand.com. A Watkins Broadcasting Company.
Join us June 10th through the 13th for our annual EACM conference called Extending the Net, Update and Upgrade 2016. Everyone is invited and everything is free of charge. Love offerings will be taken. All events will be held at Evangel Christian Church, 28491 Utica Road, Roseville, Michigan. Call 586-773-6568. Friday night, 7 p.m., June 10th, Comedy Night with Lena Green and Horace Saunders. Also featuring recording artist Gina Ray. Saturday, June 11th, Prophetic Conference from 12 to 6, free picnic, and a magnificent healing service at 7 p.m. On Sunday, June 12th, join us at Evangel Christian Church, 10:30 a.m. and 7 p.m. with speaker Dr. Emmanuel Canestraci. And June 13th, Monday, our Destiny Bible College graduation at 7 p.m. Don't miss it. Come and be with us June 10th through the 13th. Call 586-773-6568 for more information.
We want to make sure that our students are well-rounded in a variety of career and academic programs. We are moving towards the career technical education field.
So there's a lot of opportunities in career programs in a field where they get certifiable skills.
Students can save time and money while earning a bachelor's degree right here at the University Center.
We're here to walk students every step of the way, from applications to scholarships to course selection.
And then go further beyond that and take master level classes.
It's a brand new Wayne County Community College district.
We're here to stay.
welcome back. Welcome back. Do you remember that? Welcome back, Carter. Am I dating myself? I used to love that show. And I just thought about that. Sometimes it's great to be in a space where you just want to sing. I just want to sing. So happy to be with you, as always. And right before the break, we were just talking about hot topics and callers. I see you. We're about to get to you momentarily. But couldn't start this segment out without welcoming the founder and spokeswoman of Senior Power Days. And actually, it's Senior Power Days, period. But we're adding on Belle Isle Park because that is the location. But Senior Power Days. Stephanie Donaldson, good morning to you.
Well, good morning, Collette. How are you?
I'm amazing. It's so good to see you.
Wonderful. Good to see you, too.
Thank you so much.
Always.
You know what? I got to give this to you, Stephanie, because I think this was a part of the intro for you. Because I know the story, and it's so important. We're going to give our audience your story. But I'm going to give the quote again from Muhammad Ali. Is that all right?
Okay.
He who is not courageous enough to take risk will accomplish nothing in life. How does that resonate with you?
That is so, so true.
Okay.
2 years ago, 2014,
All right.
several women, 89 and 90, were robbed in their home and beaten up by some young men.
Yes.
And I just thought this was horrible, just horrible.
Okay.
I went to volunteer on Belle Isle, and Belle Isle said, wow, how can we help you in your endeavors?
Yeah.
And so many seniors were coming out to Belle Isle and saying, we don't have anything to do. We can just walk around here. And I said, wow. I think in the middle of the night, power. We have power. Seniors have power.
Yes, yes.
So I was courageous enough to take the risk to say, I'm going to start Senior Power Days.
Yes.
And it just happened to be on Belle Isle Park.
That's right. That's right. Because this... I was going to say it's an amazing, monumentous program, and it can be anywhere. I believe that it should go chapter by chapter, city by city, and just happen in national parks. Now, there you go. There's a program right there. Partnering with national parks across the United States for seniors, but that's her idea. Did you all get that? Senior Power, did you? Because I know. Okay. But let's talk about the importance of Senior Power Days. I mean, you got 10 exciting events this year.
Let me tell you,
Okay.
Collette, 10 exciting events. They start next week.
Next week, everybody.
On Belle Isle Park.
Okay.
Next Wednesday,
Yes.
9:30.
Yes.
We will have World Elder Abuse Awareness Day. Now, what does that mean?
Yes.
That means that all of you who are sitting at home, who maybe your bank account has been, somebody went into your bank,
Sure,
took
it's been
money.
compromised, yeah.
It could even be your child,
Yeah.
your husband.
Uh-huh.
Somebody, I learned yesterday on TV that until 1960, and this is another topic,
Okay, that's okay.
women couldn't even have a bank account
Oh,
unless they had a man's signature on it. It was like, what, really?
Yes.
But Senior Power Days will kick off with World Elder Abuse Day, and
Yes.
I am so excited to say that U.S. Attorney Barbara McQuaid
Yes.
will be our main speaker.
Yes.
Now,
Yes,
for
yes.
those of you who don't know Barbara McQuaid, you may remember her from the Kwame Kilpatrick days.
Yes, do you all remember her from those days? I'm sure that we do.
But she is an outstanding woman who
Yes.
is so excited about coming to Belle Isle Park
Yes.
to talk to seniors.
Yes.
Because who talks to seniors? Nobody. Nobody but Stephanie at Senior Power Days.
There you
on
go. There
Belle
you
Isle
go.
Park.
There you go. But I think it's really interesting. And let me just say this. I believe that people talk to seniors because they want what seniors have. We want senior votes.
Right.
Okay, because the absentee ballots are the ones that push this nation with voting. We have political time coming up. It's going to be important because our seniors hold us down.
Right.
For credit,
Yes.
our seniors. I mean, the seniors are really the backbone to a lot of things in our communities, but we don't know how to engage that properly. If I can say that, that's just my opinion.
And you're absolutely correct, Collette.
Okay.
We don't know how to engage them. When I started out last summer, I said, well, we'll have 10 events and maybe we'll have 1,000 seniors come out over the season.
Right.
Well, was I surprised?
Very surprised.
We had almost 10,000 seniors to come out to our events.
That's right.
So we not only do Detroit, but we do Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb County.
That's right. For everyone, all inclusive.
For everyone, for all seniors to come out. So this is an exciting time in my life,
Yeah.
and also for the seniors, because my phone is ringing off the hook.
Yes, yes.
Asking, when does it start?
That's
when
right.
does it start?
That's
We're
right.
ready.
That's right.
Because we had such a tough winter. We didn't have summer. We didn't have spring.
Right.
But this is Detroit.
Right.
Now we have summer.
I guess.
So now,
I guess that's what's
even
happening
though
right
I
now.
decided I would
I
wear
was
a
gonna
jacket
say,
today.
I was gonna say, it depends, right?
But I'm just excited that it's going to kick off next Wednesday,
Yes.
World Elder Abuse Day.
Yes.
And then the following Tuesday, June the 28th, something that's happening at Belle Isle that hasn't happened in years and years and years.
Drum
And
roll. Do I
that's-
need a drum roll?
Absolutely. The Detroit Symphony Orchestra is coming back to Belle Isle.
Okay.
They're having a chamber recital.
Nice.
So we have to kind of start out small.
Right. With the orchestra. Right.
Can't
With the
bring
orchestra.
the whole
That's
DSO
smart.
out there.
Right. But
right
the
away.
chamber's intimate.
Intimate. We're going to
Sure.
have maybe 250 people
Sure.
at the casino, and they're going to sit there and they're going to listen to some wonderful music
Yeah.
as they look outside at the Belle Isle fountain.
Yes.
It's going to be going and changing
Yes,
colors
yes.
and all. So we're excited about the symphony coming back. Afterwards, we're going to have an afterglow with few drinks.
Yes, just a few,
Couple of-
maybe.
just a few, just
water
two.
if you.
All you
so
can have is
for
two.
your palate, if
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
right.
And then the summer will just kind of roll along.
Right.
We're going to have jazz on Belle Isle. And
nice.
I want everybody to understand that Belle Isle is safe.
Okay.
Belle Isle is beautiful.
Yes.
And we are all excited about going back to Belle
Back
Isle
to Belle Isle.
Park.
Well, let me let everyone know, because if we were remiss in saying that these events, I believe, outside of the symphony are free.
All free.
Is that correct? Did you all hear that? So everyone, these are free events. Now I know the symphony is a different.
Right. The symphony is different
okay.
because they have to pay the musicians
Sure.
for coming because they're professional people.
Sure, absolutely.
So, but we're going to take care of all of that.
Yes.
If some of you don't have a passport to get onto Belle Isle,
Okay.
come on out anyway. I will try my best to make sure that you have a passport. I went
Nice.
to the Grand Prix,
Okay.
and they said, my God, you mean there are people who don't have passports to come
Right.
onto the park? We will give you 600, 700. So I said, so
See.
next Wednesday,
Okay.
I will be passing out some more
Passports. Everyone, did you all get that? Passports, Grand Prix, being an advocate again for the seniors, because it's, what is it, $12 or
$11.
$11? Now, that's a lot of money. I don't care, whatever the
Right,
situation
right,
is.
right.
So again, there's an opportunity to get a passport if you're able to have some to disperse. That's
Absolutely.
advocacy working for us.
Absolutely. And then on September 14th,
Okay.
Collette, I am so excited, but I'm just excited about
Anyway,
it all.
just anyway.
But I am so excited. We're going to have a town hall meeting called Meet the Candidates.
Did you all get that? Town hall meeting, political season, real conversation. That's what it's
We
about.
are, hopefully I can come back and announce who's going to be there.
Very important.
But let's just think about who are the candidates for the Republican Party and for the Democratic Party. And they all want to win Michigan.
Of course.
And who are the people who vote? The
Seniors.
seniors.
I was going to say, now those of us, and let me just say, my age group votes as well, but the majority of my age group have not moved back into the city.
Right.
Let me just say that. Majority
Right.
of us, if you are identifying yourself as a professional person and with children, you've moved out to suburbia, not a problem. That's not the
Right.
conversation
Oh,
today.
no, not
it's
at
just
all.
that your voice might not be as engaged in the local political arena, but Michigan overall, as a state, we're voting.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And I know that the absentee ballots go out.
Sure.
I've got mine. But I want to encourage seniors to come out and vote. You know, go to the polls. They open up at 7 o'clock. Let's
Sure.
get there at 6:45.
Sure.
Let's stand in line and let's
Yeah.
do it. But what's important about Meet the Candidates Day is seniors generally don't have the opportunity to meet with the candidates.
Right. That's right.
To meet with the candidates because town hall meetings are always for people who have contributed money to the party.
That's true.
Or you get a phone call and
Right.
say you're invited by
Right.
the party.
Right.
But this will be seniors can come out
Yes.
and they can meet the candidates.
Yes.
And hopefully we will have the candidates.
That's what it's about. And you all know how important this is because under new law, it's not straight ticket voting anymore.
Right.
Right? Did you all get that? So if you happen to be a Democrat, you can't just push it and all your Democratic candidates are selected. Now you have to know that candidate. You got to know the name.
Right.
You have to be able to resonate with that. So this is so important.
Absolutely.
Such a timely event because this gives our senior population and all of us for that matter, a chance to meet the candidate, know the candidate, understand the name of the candidate,
Right,
and so
right.
that we're conscious about what we're doing.
Absolutely. And no one to date, as far as I know,
Okay?
is reaching out to the seniors to say, hey, we want you to meet the candidates.
Sure, sure.
So we're going to have a Meet the Candidates town hall
Okay.
meeting on September the 14th,
All right.
Wednesday.
All right.
But I'm just so excited about having all of the
Yeah.
seniors from Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb County come
Absolutely,
out and
absolutely.
enjoy our first event. We will have a box lunch.
Box
so
lunch,
seniors,
everybody.
we will have food.
That's right.
I know how important that
It
is to
is,
you.
it is. And so, question, Ms. Donaldson, for individuals who want more information, I know you are on Facebook.
Right.
So your Facebook, let's give that information.
We're on Facebook,
Okay.
Senior Power Days on Belle Isle.
Yes.
We are also on the website for DNR.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to belleisleconservancy.com or
Okay.
you can go to DNR.
Okay.
And there is a press release
Yes.
that went out yesterday.
Yes.
So we are all excited about that.
Yeah.
But I don't mind giving the telephone
The
number
telephone
out.
number, sure.
It's 313-478
Okay.
8257.
Okay, one more time.
Again,
All right.
313-478
Okay.
8257. And again, my name is Stephanie.
Well, we got her here now, so she's not going anywhere. We're going to leave her right here. We're going to go take a call. You want to take a call?
Okay, sure.
Because I want to get your feedback. It's
Absolutely.
Hot Topic Thursday. So
Right.
I know you have some some insight into some things.
I have some history.
I know you got a little history. All right, let's go to a call. Thank you so much for your patience. You're part of the conversation this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, fellow patriots.
How are you?
I'm just fine, and you lovely ladies today?
We're amazing. Thank you.
Great, 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 great. I couldn't hear the number because something is you're having a little audio problems with your guest, Mike.
Okay.
Could you repeat that number for
Sure,
me?
your number
Collette?
again.
Your number?
It's 313
Okay.
478
Okay.
8257.
57. Okay, thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Okay. Last week you were talking about these roots, the new series that was out.
Yes.
Right? The book Alex Haley, black
Yes.
author, and black director Mario Van Peebles.
Yes.
What I saw, which y'all forgot, is that these were actors and they were working in the business of acting.
Okay.
When you see black actors working, they're making money. So
Okay.
you started talking about economics.
Sure.
So that's part of the economic overall. It don't matter if they have Roots 10. That's good because that means black actors are working. So, and that's what this is what it's all about. See, we keep harping about our people not being in a position of power, which we are. We are in a position of power, but we don't use it the way we're supposed to. In the Roots, it showed I guess a scene where Kizzy was learning how to read, and that was an important scene because it doesn't take a school to learn.
Sure.
It takes somebody willing to learn.
Okay.
To pick up a book and understand and reading and comprehension. If once you read and comprehend, you can learn anything. Because I learned back in the day, I learned how to develop film by just going to the library, picking up a book, reading how to develop film.
Okay.
So reading is important.
Sure.
We teach our children how to read. That would be a great asset to learning and comprehension.
Sure.
That they can learn anything
Sure.
in life. They can go through life, learn, and learn anything. They pick up a book and learn anything. So,
Sure.
I wanted to touch on that because you were talking about I couldn't get in because it was a hot topic
Yeah, it
last
was hot
week.
topic.
I was trying to get in and I couldn't.
Okay.
And I wanted to put that out there. But I want to talk about the greatest of all times, Muhammad
Sure.
Ali.
Okay.
When he was 25, he took a stance. It was a political stance, but his was a religious stance
Okay.
also. At 25, he stood up against the United States of America and said that he wasn't going to war to bomb anybody that didn't call him the N-word. So
Correct.
that was powerful. I want to ask you two ladies, do you think the same convictions still stand in a lot of our young people, today? Do they have the convictions of their ideals and willing to stand up and willing to lose what they have to see that these convictions are, adhered to? So I thought that his actions back in the day, which was polarized, was a step that I would never forget of him standing up and being a man of his conviction.
Sure.
So.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? I think that's a great question. I have a couple of thoughts on that. I'm going to defer. I'll let my guest. So, what do you think about that, Donaldson?
Okay. I was here back in the day.
Okay. Right. You were here.
Can't quite remember when back in the day was,
right.
but I was here back in the day. And you talk about convictions and you talk about where we are now. I certainly remember being almost too dark to participate in a lot of things here in the city of Detroit.
Okay, stop. Did you all just get that? So there was a time in our history in Detroit that this young lady sitting right to my right, your left on the screen, was considered too dark.
Right.
To be engaged in anything.
In social activities in Detroit.
For African Americans?
Yes, for African Americans.
Oh.
Then time went on.
Okay.
And I was too fair.
Oh.
To participate in a lot of things. I didn't have an afro.
Right.
And if you didn't have an afro, if you remember, you would not remember, Collette, but I'm sure your caller remembers, that it went from people who were my color or lighter on TV.
Okay.
And then there was an era when you had to be chocolate.
Like, say it. So was that our say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud?
I'm black, yes.
So everything was then, okay. And so then does that perhaps tie into Miss America, Miss USA now?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Now, we are not talking about Miss America. Or
No,
Miss
Miss USA.
Miss USA. We're not talking about it. Some of us are saying, "Oh my goodness, wasn't she nice looking?"
Mm-hmm.
Let
me say this. Forgive me. I've heard people say, "Oh, she's beautiful for a dark complexion woman."
Absolutely.
I said, "Are you kidding me?"
Absolutely.
And we're having that conversation.
Absolutely.
So I guess to the caller's question, so does that mean that we have the conviction? Do you believe? I guess for me, I'm going to add to this question. It's not just as an age. Muhammad Ali happened to stand up at that age, but I think mature individuals, for me, don't stand up. Perhaps younger people stand up in a different kind of way, as we had our guest last week, Just Stacy, talking about they just want to do things their way. So maybe in their way, it changes how they engage in the system. But maybe we just have some issues on our own.
I think we have some issues on our own. I have a daughter who's 44 years old. And she called me 4 years ago and she said, "I know you're going to be upset with me, but I'm not voting for Obama because he's black."
Right, that's not the reason why I'm going to vote for him. Okay.
But she said, "I'm not going to vote for him at all."
Okay.
She said, "Because I'm in a financial situation and I want to make sure that my children are taken care of financially and all." So she felt that the Republican candidate was a better candidate for her.
Okay.
But she felt that she needed to apologize to me.
Wow. Did you accept her apology?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. First I was a little angry, but then I said, "Okay, why are we voting for this man? Because he is black?"
Okay.
Or are we looking at his background? Are we looking at what he's bringing to the table?
Okay.
And we are angry with black people who are voting for Trump.
Okay.
We don't understand it. 99% of us don't understand it. Let me say that.
Okay.
I don't understand it.
All right.
But we don't understand Secretary Clinton. A lot of us are saying, well, we're just not going to vote at all.
Okay.
Well, that's not an option. And especially for seniors, that is not an option.
Nice.
Okay.
I appreciate that. Patriot, thank you so much.
Yes, and that's a great, and I love your guest because she's bringing some very interesting conversation to your listening audience. Because being light skinned, it was even in our own community, we discriminate against skin color. I think it was a show called Frank's Place. I don't know if you remember that.
I
With
don't. Do you remember
Tim
Frank's
Reed.
Place?
I do not.
No. Okay.
No, okay. Well, it was on for a short time.
Okay.
He did an episode about skin color,
All right.
and it was, to me, it was the most powerful episode at the time on television. To show that black folks discriminated against each other.
Sure.
So we always talk about white people, but we need to start looking at ourselves. We need to, recognize the problems in our own community. It's not their problem. It's our problem, and we need to address it. We need to teach our children how to read, write, and comprehend, and then they can learn anything. And
Absolutely.
how the importance of education, which was important to your guests, and that was a big thing in our community, in our household, education. And I know you're Ivy Leaguer, Collette. Would you say you went to Penn?
University of Pennsylvania, as a matter of fact.
That's
Warren
right.
School of Business.
So you're Ivy Leaguer. So you understood the importance of education. And that's what it's all about. Because when you have education, I don't think we'll go around shooting or killing up each other if we understood what the real deal is, and that's education.
I appreciate the call.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
You have an amazing one as well. You know what, Donaldson, I'm going to add to, he makes great points. And I'm going to add to that in addition to being educated, you have to think. Let me just say that. For me, it's not even about education. It's about thinking. If you don't know how to think, no matter what the situation, no matter what is put in front of me, and I'm told I can be educated. So that means I can read what you give me, and I can regurgitate it back to you. That doesn't mean that I'm educated. That means that I know how to comprehend what you've given me and give it back to you to get a grade.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to add to that, we need to think. You have to if anything that I learned at the Wharton School was, Collette, think. No matter what situation that you are in, be able to critically analyze what has been given to you and know how to create an outcome that's going to be beneficial for you.
Absolutely.
Because we're not taught to think. Remember, think and grow rich. Napoleon Hill, you get that? Think. There's a thinking part. So we can read all day. You can read and you don't think. Did you miss it? So I'm adding that, reading and thinking. And so on that point, since we were talking about icons and making a difference, I would be remiss. I have to let us know, and callers, we're about to get to you. UAW leader Mark Stepp, he died at the age of 93. And just a legend. Want to let you know that he was a vice president from 1974 to 89, and he became the second African American to serve on the UAW's International Executive Board. He was also the first African American to lead negotiations at a Detroit automaker.
And he was a fabulous man. He will truly be missed. But the majority of the people, African Americans, we don't even remember Mark Stepp.
Right.
We don't even know who Mark Stepp was.
Right.
And he was an icon.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was definitely an icon.
From 74 to 89. So, I mean, that's a time frame. I was born in 71. So a time when an African American man was a vice president of United Auto Workers. And then representing an international perspective, that's huge.
Oh, absolutely. And especially during those times, that's when the majority of people in Detroit, Highland Park, worked at one of the automotive industries.
Yes.
I mean, that's where we made our money. That's who we were.
Right.
I knew doctors, lawyers who quit their jobs, who went to work at the automotive industry.
Right.
Because they were making so much money.
Absolutely. And I'm going to add to that. I think here's another quote from Muhammad Ali. I think that is applicable. Quote, "I know where I'm going and I know the truth. And I don't have to be what you want me to be. I'm free to be what I want."
And I think I like the next one, Collette. The man who has no imagination has no wings.
There you go.
Let's use some of that. They say we're dreamers.
Right.
Dreaming is imagination.
Sure.
So if you've got that imagination for that great project that you want to do, or that great, something that you have, go out there, do it.
Yeah.
That's one thing I can say about you, Collette. You are one person who, if a project comes along, you are going to take it and you're going to run with it.
Thank you.
And that is wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you. And I got to give a shout out, good morning to Minister Shamaline Harris, Shue Harris of the Moon Ministries, and just an amazing young lady located in Highland Park. I don't know if you all saw a segment. The news did a feature on her the other day. She's created an Avalon Village, community Jacoby Robb Park in the memory of her son, which will have a homework tutorial area, just making a difference in Highland Park, just urban revitalization in my opinion at its finest. And I just want to give a shout out to you, Shue. You make a difference. She has just been an advocate for Highland Park for as long as I have known her, and I just am appreciative of that because, again, it goes back to what it looks like. If you don't have a dream, if you don't use your imagination, and then actively keep working towards it, no matter what it looks like, you might be the only one that believes in you.
Right.
You can be talking to people and folks just look at you like deer in the headlights, and you might not have any support, but that's okay. If that is your dream, if that's been birthed out of your spirit, you can accomplish that. So good morning and congratulations to you, Shue, as well, and thank you for all that you continue to do for the community.
You know, I got a call yesterday from a young lady, Highland Park, and you probably know her.
Okay.
And she said, I want you to know that I have a vegetable garden, or we have food that we give away every Friday on Hamilton.
Nice.
I don't have any more information, but I'm sure if you call the city hall here in Highland Park, they would know.
Okay.
She said every Friday we give away vegetables.
Now, I know
She said we don't need, you don't have to be from Highland Park. You don't have to be a certain age.
Right.
But we are just giving away these vegetables.
Nice. I know we do have vegetable locations that are right there, before, like 2nd and 3rd, so probably in that area on the way to Hamilton. But absolutely, again, making a difference, creating a voice, and giving back. That's what it's about. Let's go to the calls. Let's go to the call. Thank you so much for your patience. You're part of the conversation this morning. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Collette, to you and your guest, this Deputy Chief.
Deputy Chief Amos, how are you?
I'm great. Great. Hey, you know, thinking is important just as well as critical thinking, because critical thinking is the science of teaching you how to think the proper way. And power, you're absolutely right. Power, our seniors have power along with our young people.
Yes.
So it's important that both entities, use critical thinking in today's political environment.
Okay.
I'd like to make the announcement that, if you don't mind, today from 10 to 11 on TV 33, I'm hosting Progressive Talk. And the focus of Progressive Talk will be the Detroit Land Bank scandal and the FBI SIG-type investigation of the Hardest Hit Fund program.
Really? Now, why am I just hearing about this?
I've been saying this for the past week or so.
Okay.
And I think it's important because what the major problem is in Detroit is the Duggan administration. The top people making these decisions are costing the citizens of Detroit millions and millions of dollars with their asinine decisions.
Okay.
And they don't live in the city of Detroit. Okay. And so we have to, expose that. We have to bring it out and cause people to think and really see what's happening to us in Detroit.
Sure.
And it's just a sad state of affairs, and because we haven't utilized critical thinking, and we just going on emotions and name recognition and stuff like that, and for some people, because you got a white mayor, you're just letting things go. Okay. But in the end, it's costing us millions and millions of dollars in scandals. Okay. And the mayor's running around talking about they made mistakes. No, you didn't make mistakes, because this type of situation is similar to what Kwame Kilpatrick did, and Kwame Kilpatrick is sentenced to 28 years in prison.
Correct.
And you walking around free talking about you made a mistake. No, you didn't make no mistake. What you used is white privilege. So, again...
See, now I'm about to go somewhere else, and maybe this will be our topic for next week. And
Okay, that'd be fine. That'd be fine. I'd like to be a part of that. Yeah, but today again from 10 to 11.
Sure.
Everyone have your pencils and papers ready, because for over 18,000 people in the city of Detroit to be facing the foreclosure crisis, and you don't know how to go get money that's sitting on the table to help you, something is wrong.
All right.
Well, so I'm just going to clear the air on it and give the information.
Sure. All right.
So
We'll look forward to
10 to,
I look forward
10
to
to 11, TV 33.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for taking my call.
Always. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I'm going to say, everyone, and then I got a couple other callers, and I'm going to get to you all as well. But I got to let you know now, I'm going to say this. It's not a black and white issue. Stop it. Stop. When things don't work for us, we always want to put it on color. People voted for the mayor that is in office right now. They're black folks in droves who voted for Mayor Duggan. Stop it. If the politics aren't what you want, who's to blame? Black, white, it doesn't make a difference. We need to start dealing with the issues. We're so quick to jump on the color bandwagon. Stop it. Just stop. So maybe that's the conversation we're going to have next week. How's that? Because the truth is, I don't care what color you look like. If you're competent, that's one thing. If you're not competent, that's another thing. If you have relationships, because no one had a problem when there were people of color who ran this city, who had relationships, and it was only benefiting certain groups of people, and people were still locked out of certain business engagements. Right. We had that same conversation then. Right? I don't know. So maybe that's going to be that's just my thought. I guess I can say this as a part of my conversation. But look forward to the 10 a.m. because I want to hear more about it.
Oh, right? Absolutely.
All right, we're going to go to call. We're going to get you guys. Look, everyone, we got about 6 minutes. So we're going to do a minute for each person. We got 3 calls on the line, and we're starting now. You're part of the conversation. Good morning.
Good morning, Queen.
Good morning, King.
Good morning to your guests.
Good morning.
I would have to say, credit Muhammad Ali.
Yes.
And I would be, not to mention that Muhammad Ali had a teacher, which was the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Absolutely.
Who only went to the 4th grade of school. Mm-hmm. But yet he was so influential on his life, and nobody talks about that. Muhammad Ali, understand, before he was Muhammad Ali, he was Class's Clay.
Correct.
And before he was Muhammad Ali, he was Class's X. Okay. And it was the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that went around Muhammad Ali before he was getting ready to fight Sonny Liston. People don't know, many people don't know that the fight was about to be canceled because of his association with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
All right.
And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad told Muhammad, understand, to tell the white man that his God was the dollar bill. Okay. And he said that the white man needed Ali in order to make money.
Okay.
And so the fight was back on or whatever.
Okay.
Because he told him flat out, understand, that the dollar was the white man's God.
Okay.
And so many people don't talk about Muhammad's teacher.
Sure.
Muhammad Ali really was a fighter for freedom, justice, and equality. He was a minister in Islam up until 1975.
Okay.
But they don't like to talk about that or whatever. Yeah. That's who affected Muhammad. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad went to jail for not going into the military in 1942.
That's right. That's right.
And there were many sisters that went to prison for the same stance in the Nation of Islam.
Yes.
But we don't like to talk about that.
Absolutely.
When Muhammad Ali traveled around the world,
right?
When he went to Egypt, and you go get the final call, Muhammad Ali, one of the first thing Muhammad Ali said out of his mouth, he said, everywhere he went over in Africa, in Egypt, he said the first thing they asked him is, how is the Honorable Elijah Muhammad doing?
Absolutely.
But you will find that most black people in America won't mention Elijah Muhammad's name, unless it's in a negative way.
Right. Well, I appreciate your call. I got 2 other calls.
You have a blessed day, and I love the both of you.
We love you back. And you know what? He makes a great point, everyone, and I just want to link him to all my brothers and sisters in the Muslim faith. I just want to also acknowledge that we are in Ramadan right now. as well. So let me acknowledge that. The fasting is going on for millions of Muslims around the world. And so, that's important, just a respect of individuals' cultural beliefs as well. So, yes, absolutely. Got to take another call. I got two more, and we got 3 minutes. Thanks so much for your patience. Good morning.
Good morning, Lady Bear. It's MC Gino. Happy
MC Gino,
Thursday,
good morning to
dear.
you.
How are you?
Amazing. How are you?
I'm wonderful. It's good to see you live and in living color on Comcast 91.
It is good to be seen.
I just want to say I truly apologize for not being able to call in your show. Your lines have been so busy.
Yes, thank God.
And stuff, and I've been pretty busy as well. But coming up next Thursday, I'm not working tonight.
Okay.
Next Thursday, it's men's night.
Men's night?
Men's night, because it's Father's Day. We're saluting men.
Nice.
Next Thursday from 7 to 8 on 88.1 FM WHPR. And I'm hoping, Lady Bear, if your schedule permits, we would love for you to come on and check us out.
Oh, for the
because
men. I'll try to figure that out.
Definitely, because I enjoy the coffee. I enjoy the conversation every Thursday with my girl, Collette Ramsey. And I enjoy your radio show, Urban Kush.
Thank you.
I really do. I really tune into it whenever I get a free moment.
Yes.
So support my girl. There. Let's support her guests and the seniors in Belle Isle.
Yes.
Let's support. Let's give her some support. Let's give this queen some support 100%. Because I've been in independent radio 12 years. I've known Collette Bear almost 12 years.
Yeah.
That's how long I've been on WHPR 88.1 FM. So
That's
support Coffee and Conversation.
Thank you.
Support the ministry I work for, Word Explosion Outreach Ministries. I've been in independent radio 12 years, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely.
12 years. I appreciate you, Collette Bear.
Oh, I appreciate you.
And I appreciate the whole community of WHPR. And also condolences once again to the Candleman and lost his daughter.
Yes.
You have my condolences. If you need anything, 313-646-1400, which is my new cell phone number.
All right.
Area code 313-646-1400. Collette Bear, you have an amazing day.
You too.
I enjoy your show as always. Love you much. Peace.
Peace.
Take care, dear. And I will see you all on next Thursday.
Absolutely.
Third Thursday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we got one last caller in. That's so important. Support means everything, everyone. Thank you so much. And you're the last caller, so good morning to you.
Good morning to my amazing media wife.
Oh, Dr. Lee Bell from Flint. Good morning, Dr. Bell.
Miss Ramsey, I think I love you.
Oh, you think so?
Yes.
Thank you. I love you back.
About Muhammad Ali, his defiance became a part of my DNA. I became an activist because of Brother Ali.
Okay.
And in that spirit, I'd like to give a shout out to the Gray Panthers, an activist group of seniors who became active around senior issues. And to the multitude of seniors listening and watching today, get activated. Get active in our communities.
That's everything. Dr. Bell couldn't have said it better. And we're going to wrap up. Remember, Senior Power Days. That is kicking off next Wednesday, the 15th. Again, you can contact Stephanie Donaldson. She's on Facebook, Senior Power Days on Belle Isle Park. Your telephone number, again, is 313-478-8257.
And thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure. Anytime. You're welcome. And everyone, I want to leave you with these words. Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. That is, again, our quote by the Muhammad Ali. And that he also states, I am the greatest. I said that even before I knew I was. So it's always about who you think you are, understanding who you are, and the difference that you are making in your life and the life of others. It's been a pleasure to be with you today. Continue having an amazing day as you enter into an amazing weekend. Look forward to seeing you next week. And remember, be a part of the great company that you keep and have amazingly awesome conversations. That's what really matters. See you next time.